Shree Krishna begins explaining the science of work, the famous karma yoga of the Bhagavad Gita. One becomes responsible for the results of work when there is attachment, and absolved of the results when there is no attachment.
Listen to Swamiji narrate 3 compelling examples that teach us how to practically implement the science of work in our lives. Bhagavad Gita Sloka chanting is followed by translation and commentary by Swami Mukundananda.
सुख दुःखे समे कृत्वा लाभालाभौ जयाजयौ ततो युद्धाय युज्यस्व नैवं पापमवाप्स्यसि.
Fight for the sake of duty, treating alike happiness and distress, loss and gain, victory and defeat. Fulfilling your responsibility in this way, you will never incur sin.
Shree Krishna says, Arjun, learn to do your duty without attachment. He is now explaining the science of work. See, even in the world, one becomes responsible for the results of work when there is attachment, and absolved of the results when there is no attachment. If anybody kills another person, that is a culpable offense, one could be hanged for it. However, here is a man, he has killed another. He has been summoned to the court and the questioning has begun. The judge is asking him, you killed this person? He says, yes, Your Honor, I killed him. There is no need of any witness, no need of any evidence. I am agreeing, confessing, I killed him. Oh, that is serious. Then you must be punished. Will it be life imprisonment? What should it be? No, Your Honor, you cannot punish me. Why? I had no intention to kill. I was driving my car on the right side of the road. My speed was within the announced speed limit of 40 miles. My accelerator was fine, brakes were fine, my eyes were on the road, I was in my perfect senses, I was not drunk, I was totally focused. Now this drunkard tottering by 2 yards away from the road, he suddenly came and fell in front of me. What should I do? If his advocate can prove that the intention to kill did not exist, that person will be released. The system of law states in all the countries that person is not responsible for the offense because there was no intention there. No accidental intention as well. So he is totally released. In other words, the mind was all right. The mind did not have this thought, I wish to kill him. And the mind did not do a carelessness which resulted in killing him. On the other hand, is another person. You know, some terrorists were caught in Malaysia a few years ago. They were sitting there manufacturing a chemical bomb. That is what got all of us into trouble, because each time we crossed the security check, no liquids allowed, throw the water bottle out. So it all started with these terrorists sitting in Malaysia manufacturing that chemical bomb. And they were caught. Now asked, what wrong did you do? They never did anything wrong as yet. They never killed anybody. Why were they arrested? Because their intention was wrong. In other words, they did nothing, but the mind was harboring the wrong intentions. It was considered a sin in the eyes of law and society. This person killed someone, and yet he is considered sinless in accordance with the system of law. So sin or lack of it is not decided by external acts. It's decided by the state of our mind, our intentions. His mind is not attached to that act, the fruit of it. So what he is doing is multiplication in zeros. You multiply 0 by 0, you get 0. Multiply 0 by 100, you get 0. Multiply 0 by 1,000,000, you get 0. So that is why Shree Krishna is now taking Arjun higher. First, in the previous verses, he told him, you're a Kshatriya, warrior, this is your duty. Now he takes him further up. He says, Arjun, doing your duty, you will be caught. Either you will get the kingdom of earth or you will go to heaven. So go beyond. Do your duty, but give up all kinds of attachment. That is not something new that we need to learn. We are all practicing it. You see, a nurse does her duty in the hospital. She is doing her best job for the patient. She is not negligent in any way, but she is unconcerned really if the results are positive or negative. If the patient passes away, she will tell the relatives, we tried our best, this must be the will of God. Take the body out, the next patient has to come. If a child is born, she will say, oh, yes, congratulations, a child is born. Please give me my dakshina. In other words, it doesn't matter to her. And if there was a mother, she would have been attached. The child is born, she is elated. Somebody passes away, she is totally depressed. So Shree Krishna is saying, Arjun, you go beyond this sukh and dukh. Sukhe dukhe same kritva. Transcend these dualities of happiness and misery. Go beyond and learn to become detached. So when you become detached, you will just be doing your duty. And then your duty will not result in binding you in the effects of your work. So here he begins explaining the science of work, the famous karma yoga of the Bhagavad Gita.